Hi, my name is Angelica and welcome to your Body Club workout. And today's session is an introduction to Barre. Now for those who haven't done Barre before, it is related to ballet, but don't worry, you do not have to be a ballerina to do it. Barre comprises of two key principles. Think about holding positions, and in holding a position, you'll hear us, we call it an isometric hold, which is about contracting the muscles and holding them in position until you feel a burn. So that's going to feature quite a lot. And that's a way of strengthening without bringing the joint to its deepest range of motion. And then we're going to lengthen those muscles. And in effect, you're going to end up with longer, leaner muscles over time. So you'll be improving your muscular endurance, which is a form of strength, and you'll be improving your overall flexibility and coordination. But the most important thing about today is just to have fun. Now, in this workout, you will need a support. It doesn't have to be as high as this. It's just purely there to keep you stable. If you need some sort of balance, you can have the support going up to about waist height. And I would encourage you to have some weights on hand. I've also got a ball here, Pilates ball. You may or may not use it, but it's just nice to have it there. But don't worry if you don't have the ball. So let's get started. The first Barre position we're going to learn is your wide second. So we stand up nice and tall and we step our feet out. Notice my feet are slightly turned out. I imagine I'm standing on a clock and my feet are pointing at 11 and 1 p.m. respectively, if I was standing on it. From here, we're going to bend our knees deeply, circle our hands up, take a big breath in, and exhale, sweep those hands down. We do 3 more like this. Inhale, big breath in, and exhale, sweep the hands down. Taking nice big breaths, making those knees deeper and bend as we go. Last time, because I'm feeling generous. And then we let it all come down. Then from here, here's our first ballet Barre position. We bend into the knees, focus on the knees tracking over the second and third toes. Tuck the pelvis slightly, and we're going to go into some side bends here. Reaching over, up and over to one side, and then the other. Reaching up and over to one side, and then over. So working into our side body, and we're starting to warm up into the quads. Option to straighten out the legs as we go into that side bend. Elongating the side body. 1 more on each side. And then we find that plie position in your wide second. So that's plie, to bend deeply. From here, tuck the pelvis down, tuck the pelvis slightly. We take our arms now, reach them out to the sides. We dive the hands down, and then we shine the chest forward. Dive the hands down, and then shine the chest forward. Enjoy the burn that's starting to generate if this is new to you. That's already Barre, 2 minutes in. 2 more. Last one. And we're going to stand ourselves down towards the floor, zigzag the feet to parallel, and you're into your forward fold. Take a big breath in here. As we exhale, let's stretch into the hamstrings because we're going to need to work them later. Left hand reaches, left leg remains straight. And then we tap it down, opposite side. Inhaling as we're in center, exhaling as we reach. Good, 2 more. Last one here, and we hold in our forward fold, let the neck dangle. Maybe find a sway from side to side here. Really nice. Now, for this moment now, try to work out where your support is. I'm going to turn to my left-hand side. We roll ourselves up, and we get to face our support. From here, growing nice and tall, just going to go into some marches. Working into the core, keeping the tailbone pointing down, growing tall and knees towards chest. We've got 2 more here. Last one, and we send that right leg behind. From here, reach the hands up to the sky, drop the knees down, and then we just lean forward. Drop the knees down, arms up to the sky, and lean forward. And this will just encourage you to think about your spine in a neutral lengthened position, and also think about energy shooting out of your right toe. So the working leg toe here. We hold it here. Bring that knee up towards your chest. We hold for 2 and 1. take the leg down, and then we just start to draw a figure eight with the knee, just to warm up into the hip joint. Last time, bring the feet back to your parallel position, and we take that left leg and bring it behind. We bring the knee up, take it down. Bring the knee up, take it down. Maybe add the arms here as well. So you notice that I stuck onto my spot. That's totally normal. And you notice also I'm dropping my knee as well. Also totally normal. Sometimes you need to adjust. 2 more. Last time, knee up here, and we just draw those figure eights. Then let's bring the feet together again. Be careful of the support. Bring yourself down towards the floor. Grounding into your hands here, and we find our first full plank. Now, if this is feeling a bit too strong for the moment, you can drop your knees down to the floor. Just ensure your core is engaged here. We hold here for 2, and 1. Send the hips back into your downward dog. Ripple the spine, shift the weight forward, find the plank, push back into your downward dog. Ripple the spine, find your high plank, push back into your downward dog. And what we're trying to achieve here is a stretch in the back of the thighs and waking up into the core and rolling back in the shoulders. 2 more. Last one, we finish in our plank. Hold here for 4, 3, 2, drop the knees down, and we find our 4-point kneel. From here, we just go into some cat-cows. So you'll notice with bar, we've got a section on the floor, we've got section standing, and that's totally what to expect. You'll get a lot more movement around the mat, working all parts of your body. Then from here, find your neutral spine, roll the shoulder blades back and down, thread the needle. Focus on one arm first, then reaching it, thread it through. Last one here, and we swap sides, reaching the left, thread it through. Inhale, reach, exhale, thread it through. Last time here. Excellent. Finding the 4-point kneel, finding your downward dog. Taking a breath here. We're going to focus on our legs very shortly, so take this moment to catch your breath. I'm going to walk my hands towards my feet, and I'm going to turn to face you. But in your position, you're going to find a deep bend into the knees. This is your squat. I'm going to turn to the side for a moment so you can see what the lower back is doing. So my lower back is lengthened. I've slightly tucked my pelvis under. I'm going to reach our hands up to the sky, shoulder blades back and down. Here's your first taste of squat life in a bar way. So from here, my heels are driving into the ground, my toes are lifted. I can tiny drop, tiny lift, tiny drop, tiny lift. And notice the range of motion. It's very, very small. This is the essence of bar. So I'm in that squat position. I'm not doing very deep, big movements. I'm doing very small movements. My glutes are working. My thighs are working here. My lower back is lengthened, and I'm gonna have a little smile here as I manage to go through here for 6 and 5. We're gonna keep on going here. Deep breathing for 4, 3, 2. I'm gonna turn to face you in 1. You stay where you are, and we hold. Take the hands to heart center. As we take an inhale breath, we twist towards our left-hand side. We twist, we pulse in center. We twist, pulse in center. Option to lift that left toe, lift that left heel rather, as we twist. 4 more here. Keep breathing. And 3, 2, last one, and hold that twist. Return to center, we go the other side. And you can start to see what the challenge of bar is. As you're feeling that burn, your other challenge is to make sure the rest of the body remains in alignment. Is your lower back still lengthened? Are you still keeping the weight on the heel? 3 more here. 2, last one, hold it there. Good, enjoy that burn now. Return to center. Here's the finale for this section. Can you lift your heels off the floor? Can you reach your arms up to the sky? Pulsing down for 6, 5, tiny lift, tiny drop for 4, 3, 2, and you get a lovely stretch here in 1. Whew. Excellent job. Rolling yourself up to standing. Reach the hands up. Let's catch our breath here. And we roll ourselves down. Some standing roll up, standing roll down. Now from here, we're going to reach our hands up. Little interlude. Cactus the arms, extend the back. Reach the arms up, dive forward. We've got one more like this. Reaching the arms up. Cactus the arms. Notice my chest pointing up to the ceiling. Reach the hands up. And then we're rolling down. We're going to finish in this forward fold. I'm going to turn to face my support for this bit as we transition into the 4-point kneel. So take one knee, then the other. Find your 4-point kneel position. So in this section, we're going to work into our glutes and into our core. We roll the shoulder blades back and down. Fronts of the elbows pointing forward. Then from here, make sure there's enough space because your arm is going to reach away towards your support. We're not going to hold it, but you don't want to whack your arm. From here, keeping our spine neutral here, we slide the right hand forward, left hand back. Core tight, we reach away and tap it down. Inhaling as we tap, exhale as we reach. Notice my spine is staying elongated this whole time. My ribs are drawing up towards my spine. Good. We keep it up in 2. We keep it up in 1. And we hold. Those tiny pulses are coming back now. Tiny lift, tiny drop. Tiny lift, tiny drop. I encourage you to keep your foot flexed for this one. So we feel it more in the hamstring and in that left glute. Core still working hard to prevent the lower back from arching. Option for extra challenge, maybe have that right hand touching your lower back to make sure it is supported. 2 more. We keep that leg up in 1. So bar. One of the things we love to work in bar is our glutes, isolating that movement. And a good introductory move is to keep your hands and legs and one knee down on the floor in what you call a crane. From here, we bend into that leg, we reach it away, keeping the foot flexed. Reach it away. Bend, reach it away. 2 more. Last one, we keep the foot flexed. Listen carefully. Now imagine that knee is on an imaginary shelf. We use the glute to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Keep pressing the heel up towards the ceiling, stamping the ceiling here. 4 more. And 3. Last 2, we hold it up in 1. Hold it up here. Extend the leg away. Reset the core if it's starting to sag. We tap the foot to the right, lift it up. Tap the foot to the left, lift it up. So there's lots going on here. Core has to keep you stable whilst the glute is working in all sorts of angles. Keep breathing here. 4 more here. 3, 2. Last one, we hold. Then from here, we're going to transition to do some side work. We bring that leg back to a 4-point kneel. Swing the leg so that leg is up on top. So this is my left leg that I'm working. We're going to keep that on top because we're going to continue to work it. Take your opposite arm and prop it up. So we're in a modified side plank position with a mermaid tail. From here, working onto some side glutes now. Take that top hand, place it on your waist. Top leg opens, top leg closes. This is your clam. So notice now my hips are stacked, one on top of the other. Notice also that I'm keeping my ribcage from sagging down towards the floor. I'm propping my forearm up, so I'm strengthening into this right side body. 2 more here. Last one, and we hold. You can see this other pattern with bar. We tiny drop, tiny lift, tiny drop, tiny lift. And you start to feel this burn this time on the top leg. Keep breathing through it. Enjoy it. Now, oftentimes, we find most workouts don't work on the side part of the body. So this is what's great about bar. You start to learn certainly about your side glutes. And we're gonna learn more in the next couple of minutes. 2 more. Last one, keep it open. See, this is the isometric hold to keep it open. Side glute is working to keep that leg up. From here, we extend that top leg, we bring it back. Extend that top leg, bring it back. Notice I'm keeping my leg at that same height. That's our isometric hold that we spoke about earlier. Everything else is still propping up nice and strong. I like to think of an orange underneath my armpit to keep myself from sagging. 2 more. Keep breathing. The fun is still going. Last one. We extend that leg. Another classic move is the circles. Notice I'm generating that from the side glutes here. Keep breathing. Reverse your circles. 4 more here. 3 more. 2 and 1. Lower that leg down. You're welcome to pat this down for a little. Final push in this section. Propping, keep yourself upright, chest is proud. See if you can lift your hips into that side plank position, modified. Extend the leg away. Then from here, tiny drop, tiny lift. Tiny drop, tiny lift. 4 more here. 3. Last 2. And we hold. Can you reach your hand up to the sky? Can you bring back those circles for me? Just for 2, just for 1, and bring it all down. Who's ready for the other side? So we're going to turn again to our 4-point kneel position. Then from here, we have our left arm and right leg doing the work this time. We find our neutral spine. Left arm, right leg reaches, and then we tap it down. Left arm, right leg reaches, tap it down. So now you know the movements, you can start to think about the rest of the body's alignment. Is our lower back still supported by the core? Is all the work happening in the glute and in the shoulder and less about the arm and leg? 2 more. Last one. Find that length. It's less about the height, it's more about the length. Tiny reaches, tiny drop. So I'm thinking about reaching, even though it's a tiny lift, tiny drop, and that encourages my spine to remain in alignment. Now guys, if you need to reset, that's also fine. So if you need to reset your spine to make sure your core is doing the right thing, that's totally fine. That shows that you've got awareness of what's going on in your body. 2 more. Last one, and we hold. Take that hand down to the floor so only your right leg is floating. From here, bend into that leg. Use the glute to lift it up. Flex the foot. Tiny lift, tiny drop. Right glute is getting all the love. Now a little sparkle that you can think about now that you know the move is where your weight's distributed. See if you can lean a little bit more towards the leg that's going up and down, and you'll start to feel the core working even harder. 4 more here, and 3, 2, last one. Hold it up here. Extend the leg, point the toe. Tap to the left, center. Tap to the right, center. Neck is long. Smile on your face because you know you're working hard. Keep breathing. Awesome work, guys. 4 more here. And 3, 2. Last one. We keep that leg up and floating. Now remember, this is going to be our top leg for this next move. So find that 4-point kneel. Switch around your position so that right leg remains on top. And we prepare for our 4-arm plank modified in side plank. From here, stack the hips up and we open and close. Open and close. Working into the side glute now. So we just worked onto the big part of the glute max, where we're now working on the side glute region, glute min, glute med, but also working into the waist to ensure we're not sagging. 2 more here. You remember the side glute burn, we're going to encounter it again. Keep it up and open in 1, isometric hold. From here, extend the leg, bring it back. Extend the leg, bring it back. See if you can keep that distance between your knees the same. Good, keep breathing. When it gets tough, return to your breath. 2 more. Last one, and we hold. Start to draw these little circles for me, tennis ball size circles. This is where the glute burn begins. Keep breathing. Reverse those circles now. 4 more here. 3. Keep pushing into the arm for 2. And 1. Mini break here. We go into a modified side plank. From here, we extend the leg. If you're feeling fancy, you can keep your leg in. In either case, as we lift up, that leg extends. We bring it back. So 2 options here. You can keep your legs together and only extend it when you lift up, or you can keep that leg hovering, and that's just going to encourage that isometric hold in that side glute once more. 2 more. Last one, the final push here. Teeny tiny circles here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all back. Whew. Really nice. So let's return to standing. I want you to turn to face your support. Find that downward dog so you can stretch out the hamstrings, stretch out the glutes. I do promise some stretching in bar. Don't you worry. Then from here, send your chest towards your thighs even more. Bring the heels down towards the floor. If they don't touch, that's totally fine. It's about the intention to really lengthen out the back of the thighs. From here, we focus on our hands now as we walk the hands toward the feet, and we take our ball with us. We're going to use our support for this next section. We're moving now our focus to the inner thighs, and we're going to learn about the chair. Ball goes in between your inner thighs. Support can be on either side. Feet are parallel, and our hand that is not near the support will be on your waist. From here, we lift our heels up to a Saturday night stiletto position, as I like to call it, as opposed to your kitten heels. From here, we just bend into the knees slightly, and then straighten the legs. Bend the knees slightly, straighten the legs. Now I've said slightly just to get a sense, so you have a sense of where your body's in space. Where we do want to get to is a deeper bend, right? A deeper bend, the harder that the thighs will work here. Now I'm going to keep going here. Another point when we think about bar is the positioning of your torso. Oftentimes our bum will stick out. We want to make sure the head, shoulders, and hips are in alignment. So slight tuck of the pelvis as we bend the knees and straighten, like you're sliding down an imaginary wall. So I'll turn to face you again. Once you've got that alignment, that's when you can go nice and deep in those bends. Now option, if this isn't feeling too great on your heels, just lower the heels or keep the foot flat, and you'll start to feel that burn into the quads. Good. 2 more. Last one, we find where we can really start to feel that shake. This is it for me here. Then from here, classic bar, you focus on that deep range of motion, and we pulse a little, lift a little, pulse and lift. Pulse, drop. It's this concept of just moving just so slightly at that range of motion. You'll start to see my legs shaking, totally normal. Keep breathing here. 4 more. 3. Now there's a reason why the ball is there, because we're going to hold and we squeeze the ball. Inner thighs love. Keep on breathing here. We squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. If this starts to get tough, shut the eyes down. We've got 4 and 3 and 2. And 1 and release. Then we straighten the legs up. We bend again. This time we're bringing the arms into the equation. This is your high fifth. This is your first, which will come in a little bit later with your arms. 4 more here. 3, 2. Last one. We're going to have our legs bent again. Bring that arm to the waist. We're going to drop down in 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. We drop in 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Now you can see where burn comes from in bar burn. Good. 2 more like this. And then we're going to finish with ourselves dropped. Last push here. Swing to the right, center, swing to the left, center. Keep breathing. 4 more here. Get the waist into the action. And 3. Last 2. And then with every classic bar move, there's always 8 to finish. See if you can reach your hands into your belly first. See if you can elongate the torso whilst keeping your heels nice and lifted. 8 to finish. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Shaking it out. Really nice, guys. Then from here, we take our arms into the equation. We're going to keep the legs working at the same time. From here, we find our narrow first position. So we've seen a few positions already for bar. The narrow first is when your heels are together, your toes are apart. That 11 and 1 p.m. position of the clock is the same. From here, we have a slight bend into the knees, squeezing into those side glutes that we came to know and love earlier. And we find our heels in a kitten heel position, squeezing the heels together. From here, we take our arms into belly first, shoulders back and down. We go for first, second, first, second. So in this position, we keep the arms at the same height. Our elbows are lifted. Our weights are slightly lower than our elbows. Shoulders are back and down, and we're working into the mid-back. Let's add on here. We go first, second, first, high fifth. First, second, first, high fifth. Notice I'm preventing my chest from flaring out for dear life in this. It's just the slight engagement of the shoulders to have the arms opening. 2 more. Last one. We keep the arms in that first position, pulsing here for 8, 7, 6, 5. Knees out wide for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten those legs for the moment. Give it a shake. Then from here, we take the arms by the sides, elbows are in. Find that narrow V position for me once more. We extend the arms away, we bring it back in. We extend the arms away and bring it back in. So slight engagement of the biceps. The weights are quite light, so you're not going to feel an awful lot. So I encourage you to take your time with this. 2 more. Last one, and we hold. Find your arms in the goalpost position, arms framing your face. Straighten the legs, bend them. Straighten and bend. Little reliever, but we're also working the arms in that isometric position. Don't forget to breathe here. 4 more. And 3. Let's find our narrow V together in 2. Hold it out for 1. Squeeze the heels together. Open the arms. Bring them back in. Open, close, open, and close. 2 more. Last one. Arms are open. Back is engaged. Tiny pulses up and up. We're going to keep those pulses going up and up as we bring those arms together to frame the face. And then we bring those arms open, like when we started. Arms open to frame the face, or closed rather. And then arms open out like a cactus. Last time here. Good. Bring it back. And we hold it here, pulsing down with the arms in still. Just using the legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. And let everything go. Whew. So all that burn, that's what we came here for. Really nice. Now, one of my favorites doesn't need weights, but you'll notice that we did a lot of arm work in front. I'm going to teach you something that uses the triceps without any weights, and it's important to balance front and back. So finding your 4-point kneel position. From here, we keep our hips above the knees. Our elbows are pointing backward in the 4-point kneel. Then from here, back is long, looking forward, and just the elbows bend and straighten. Elbows bend and straighten. This is a classic bar move, one that I learned through teaching called the tricep hover. If you need 3 minutes of your life to spice up the triceps, this is the best 3 minutes you could ever have, depending on how you feel about burning. 4 more here. And 3, 2, we keep the arms lowered down in 1. Listen carefully. Just the elbows tap down and lift. Tap it down and lift. Prepare your toes by tucking them in, because we are going to lift the knees in a moment. Spoiler alert. 4 more here. and 3. This is the time to find the smile. In 2, last 1. From here, lift the knees off the floor. Shift the weight so that the chest is hovering over the fingers, and we do that again. 8, 7, 6, 5. Elbows in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you deserve a stretch for all that. Take a moment to breathe. Excellent work. Then from here, one final move for bar. We do have a core section, and we find ourselves lying down on our backs. Lying down on the floor, and we find our imprint spine. So take your pelvis, shift it forward, then using your ribs to hips, draw those 2 points, the ribs and hips together to lengthen the spine along the mat. From here, we take one leg into tabletop, and then the other leg joins. Keeping the core nice and engaged, we take our arms up to the sky, we curl ourselves up, and then from here, we hold. We reach the arms up to the sky, and we circle the arms, just focusing on the upper body. We lift our top hat off the floor, off our head rather, and we reach our hands down. As we now reach the arms, we can reach the legs, and then we bring everything together. This is your isometric hold of the core. We're focusing on keeping the ribs connected to the hips. The lower the legs go, the harder this will get. And we focus on keeping that spine lengthened the entire time. 8 more here. 7, 6, 5, 4. Guess what's coming because it's a bar class. 3. Keep breathing. 2. Last one, and we hold. We hold here for 6, 5, 4, 3. You're so strong for 2, and 1. Give yourself a big fat hug here. Then from here, circling the legs, one way and then the other. It's amazing what you can pack into a very short space of time. Stretching out the legs here. Take one leg down to the floor, knee bent, figure 4 stretch, right leg. You can do the other leg as well because you're going to do the other side anyway. Stretching out the glutes. The glutes got a bit of love today, didn't they? Release that stretch, go straight onto the other side. Left leg on top of right. Option to stretch out, pushing into the back of the hamstring or the shin, your choice. Really nice. Happy baby here, grabbing onto the outer blades of your foot. Stretching out the hamstrings. Turn yourself into a ball and just roll yourself up and along the mat. And we're going to flip onto our seat, and we're going to use a support for the rest of the stretching. Quad stretch. Facing your support, knees together here, in line with each other. Tuck the pelvis slightly under, tailbone pointing down, so you deepen the stretch into the quad. And this is the lengthening part of bar that I promised. Breathing in, breathing out. Take that leg now, place it behind. Heel touching the ground, front leg bent, calf stretch. Spine remaining neutral. Match the feet, and we go to the opposite side. Left leg. I'll turn to face you. Try to keep those knees as if they were stopped by a wall in front. Soften into the supported leg. I'll turn to face the support now. Step that left foot back, calf stretch, front leg bent. Enjoy. Match your feet, return to center. Get to play around with your support, find those figure 8s again. One side just to loosen up the hip. And then we turn to face each other. Arm stretch to finish off. Take one arm, Tricep stretch. Take the other arm. Tricep stretch. Now, because we have the support, you've got the luxury of doing some other fancy stretches. If my support's onto my left, it'll be your right. Take the opposite behind. Side stretch. Now you can turn your chair to face the other side to do the other way. I'll stay on one side. Excellent. Return to center. Let's take 4 deep breaths to finish off, just like we started class. We bend into the knees, reaching up, circle the arms back down. 3 more like this. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. And make this one the biggest yet. Take a nice big breath in, filling the lungs up with air. Exhale, let everything down. And you're done for today. Thank you so much for joining an introduction to Barre, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks.